Well, hello, my two YouTube fellas and gals and friends and family. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Tammy. I own a used bookstore. And if you're interested in holding real books like me, then you can order from me and I ship media in the cheapest prices. Everything will be in the description below. You can reach me at Minda's Bookstore and more on Facebook or Tammy's Makeup Treats at gmail.com. I read the synopsises of 10 books per lot. And then you can also use me as a resource center. And that is if you own a Kindle or Nook or you read on your phone or whatever, you can look up these titles. Now I leave the ISBN numbers below too, which is the International Standard Book Number for you to find them, or you can just look them up by the authors and the names of the books. It's not all the covers are the same, because sometimes authors will write books and they'll do different covers for different countries. I know Danielle still does it. She has different covers from the UK than she does in the United States. So with that, we are on lot 71. These are all paperbacks today. I'm going to even write that down. And they're all $1 each. Lot 71. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I've been hauling it today. Okay. So book number 1 is called Deadlock. And it is by Sarah Paretsky. I guess that's how you say her name. This is definitely a well-loved book and very aged. And I love it because you see the conditions the books are on, so you know what they look like. This has a little bit of a, looks like a damp staining right here at the top. I try to pick out their flaws, and I do go through every single book from front to back to make sure you have no ripped out pages. You get the story, because I've had that happen before. So the copyright on this is 1984, which explains why it looks so aged, and this is what it's about. The synopsis. Deadlock. When Chicago Blackhawks hockey legend Boom Boom Warshawski slips off a wharf and drowns in Lake Michigan, his private eye cousin questions the accidental death report and rumors of suicide. Armed with a bottle of Black Label and a Smith & Wesson, VI follows a trail of violence and corruption to the center of the Windy City's powerful shipping industry, dodging elaborate attempts on her life with characteristics, grit, and humor. The one-of-a-kind detective wends her way through a maze of green elevators and 1,000-ton freighters, ruthless businessmen, and gorgeous ballerinas to ferret out Boom Boom's killers before they phase her out of the picture permanently. So that is book number 1. Book number 2. We have Gossip by Mark O. Olden. It's a 1979 book, and you can tell it's also been aged and loved. It's got some rating in it, and you can see the little bit of watermarkage at the top of the book. Ooh, look at that. One thing about these books is even if you buy it as a crafter, you're still only paying $1 to take them apart and put them in journals and things because, yeah, we like grunge. Look at that grunge, would ya? But anyways, this is what the book's about if you're interested in reading it. Bert Anthony, prize-winning investigator, reporter turned gossip columnist. He got a lot on the ball, but his scruples keep getting in the way. Monica Hollander, ruthless publisher Harold Monmouth, hires her to spy on Bert. It's okay until she realizes she's falling in love with the reporter. Robin Island Darcy, Bert's arch rival, a brush British import to whom nothing is second. Even the mafia is afraid of him. Renata Zachary, beautiful wife of the vice president and heir apparent to the presidency, if her torrid affair with Gil Van Lier, the debonair black under secretary of state, doesn't make the columns. I guess these are the people in the book. And Johnny Gelb, blonde, beautiful, and bad. When she started to play games with Robin, she didn't know she'd make the mafia hit list. And then you have Richie Sweet, the family hitman. He's never missed until now. So there you go. Gossip. Boy, isn't that suited to YouTube? So that's book number 2. Book number 3. We have Mind Prey by John Sandford. This looks like my kind of book. This is a 1995 copyright. John Sandford's acclaimed prey novels have plunged readers into the darkest recesses of the criminal mind. Now his brilliant detective, Lucas Davenport, knows he has met his match, for his newest nemesis is more intelligent and more deadly than any he has tracked before. A kidnapper, a violator, a pure wanton killer who knows more about mind games than Lucas himself. Wow. And even back in 95, this was a $7.99 book and a $4.78 book, and you're still saving money because you're only paying $1 if you buy it. But it looks like a good one. I don't know if it says any more than that. Sometimes they put the synopsises in the front of the books too. Lots of comments on it though. Nope, it doesn't say. That's all you get, a teaser. So that's book 3. Book number 4 is called Private Eyes. Look at those eyeballs. That's creepy. By Jonathan Kellerman. This is a 1992 copyright, and this is what the book's about. The voice belongs to a woman, but Dr. Alex Delaware remembers a little girl. It's 11 years since 7-year-old Melissa Dickinson dialed a hospital helpline for comfort and found it in therapy with Alex Delaware. Now the lovely young heiress is desperately calling for the psychologist's help once more. Only this time it looks like Melissa's deepest childhood nightmare is really coming true. 20 years ago, Gina Dickinson, Melissa's mother, suffered a grisly assault and left a budding actress irreparably scarred and emotionally crippled. Now her acid-wielding assailant is out of prison and back in LA, and Melissa is terrified that the monster has returned to hurt Gina again. But before Alex Delaware can even begin to soothe his former patient's fears, Gina, a recluse for 20 years, disappears, and now unless Delaware turns crack detective to uncover the truth, Gina Dickinson will just be one more victim of a cold fury that has already spawned madness and murder. That looks like a good book. So that is book 4. Book number 5, we have Taken by Chris Jordan. This is a 2006 copyright, and this is what it's about. I've seen pictures of guys like this, snipers or SWAT guys or whatever. Never expected to see one of them in my own house, a living nightmare perched on my favorite chair. No parent believes it can happen to their child taken from a suburban schoolyard in the gentle hours of dusk. But as a widowed mother, Kate Bickford, discovers, everything can change in the blink of an eye. One minute, her lanky, amazing, maddening Tommy is begging for ice cream. Then in a terrible instant, he's gone. Opening the door to her Connecticut home, hoping to find her son, Kate comes face to face with her son's abductor. He wants money, all she has. And if she doesn't follow something he calls the method, the consequences will be gruesome. Her comfortable life collapses as precious seconds tick by, and Kate is horrified to uncover the terrible world-shattering secret she and her son share with the killer who will stop at nothing. Ooh, so that's book number 5. Book number 6, we have Ready to Die by Lisa Jackson. This is a 2013 copyright, and this is what it's about. Nothing. His blood quickens as he stares at the photographs, 6 faces, all guilty, and detectives Regan Pasquelli and Selena Alvarez are at the top of his list. One by one, he'll stalk them, then he'll squeeze the trigger, savoring the way each lifeless body crumbles to the reddening snow. 1 down already, and then there were 5. Can prepare you to face the killer. That's what that says. Okay. Sheriff Dan Grayson lies near death after a shooting in the police department of Grizzly Falls, Montana, is in shock. Alvarez, torn between a new relationship and her loyalty to Grayson, works with Pasquale to whittle down the list of suspects. The deeper they go, the more personal and dangerous the case becomes. Then a prominent judge's body is found, and the killer sends a sinister warning to the press. Who's next? Pascoli isn't waiting to find out. Headstrong and eager for justice, she'll track the scant clues on her own if she has to, but her search leads her straight to a monster who has had her in his sights all along, and then hunter meets prey. Both must be willing to kill and ready to die. Pretty interesting book. So that's book 6. Book number 7, we have Final Scream, which is another Lisa Jackson. This is a thicker book, too. Look how thick that is. 2005 copyright. Looks like some advertisements were ripped out, but the story's still there. And it's about, this is the synopsis. When there's no escape from a cold-blooded killer, scream as loud as you can, or it may be the last sound you ever make. As white-hot flames sear the dark night, a killer waits in the trees, watching the mill burn, listening for the screams, the only proof that justice has finally begun for the sins of long ago. For journalist Cassidy Buchanan, this inferno is a living nightmare, a reminder of the horrible, mysterious fire that destroyed her wealthy family 17 years ago, and of Brig Mackenzie, the handsome hellraiser, accused of setting the blaze. That tragic crime has never been solved, and already the whispers have begun in Prosperity, Oregon. Another fire, more deaths, and one common denominator, Cassidy herself. Cassidy came home to Prosperity to put the past behind her, but it seems the past isn't finished with Cassidy. Somebody doesn't want her to uncover the chilling truth, someone who has killed before and will kill again. A cold-blooded psychopath who is only waiting to hear her final scream. So there you go. Book 7. Book number 8, we have another Lisa Jackson. Okay, that's kind of interesting. One says Ready to Die. This one here is Born to Die. I wonder if that's a continued series. Don't know. Okay. So this book is 2011. Oh, these are Selena Alvarez and Regan Pascoli novels. Left to Die, Chosen to Die, and Born to Die. How interesting is that? Ready to Die must have came after. I don't see it on the list on this book. Okay, so this is a 2011 copyright, and this is what the book is about. Appearances can be deadly. Now, this doesn't mean they're continued books. It just might be different stories with the same people in them. Sometimes that happens too. I think that's what this, but we'll find out when we read it. A sad, strange coincidence that Dr. Casey Lambert's initial response to the death of 2 women who hear an uncanny resemblance to herself. It's not like there was any real connection between Casey and the B-movie actress or the elementary school teacher, but Detective Selena Alvarez suspects otherwise. And we got a sticker trail here. A little mark from a sticker. One of the bodies contained traces of poison at the time of death. Selena and her partner, Detective Regan Pascoli, can find no motive for murder, but Casey has started to notice ties between the dead woman's lives and her own. All close in age, born within miles of each other, and all links to the Trace O'Halloran, the man Casey just started dating. The deeper Casey digs, the more reason she has to fear. More lookalikes are dying, and the killer is getting bolder and more brutal, and Casey knows it's only a matter of time before hers is the next name on the list of those who were born to die. Yeah, it's same characters, but different stories. So that is book number 8. Book number 9, another book I would be interested in. This looks interesting. I don't think I've ever read Jonathan Kellerman. It's called Monster by Jonathan Kellerman. This is a 1999 book. It's got a little age. Look how white this is and how yellow this is. Unless the book was made that way. I don't know. So anyways, this is what this book is about. A second-rate actor is found mutilated in a car trunk. Then a psychologist at a Los Angeles hospital for the criminally insane is murdered in a similar grisly fashion. Suddenly, the incoherent ramblings of an inmate at the presumably secure institution begin to make chilling sense. They are, in fact, horrifying predictions. Yet, how can a barely functional psychotic locked behind an asylum walls possibly know such vivid details of crimes committed on the outside world? Drawn into a labyrinth of secrets, revenge, sex, and manipulation, Dr. Alex Delaware and Detective Milo Sturgis set out to unlock this enigma and put an end to the brutal killings before the madman predicts their own demise. Ooh. So that's book 9. Book number 10, and the last book in this particular lot, is called Blood Game by Irish Johansen. Look at the age on this book. Ooh. This is a 2009 copyright, and this is what it's about. When a Georgia senator's daughter is found dead and drained of blood, Eve enters a world of the twisted psychopath, a man whose name appears on Eve's shortlist of killers connected to her own missing daughter, Bonnie. She will enter into a web of danger. Then Eve receives a terrifying trophy, and the games have begun. Soon she must enlist the help of those she loves and trusts the most. Joe Quinn and Jane McGuire, even if it means putting them in the path of someone whose thirst for blood is only growing stronger. Eve believes this psychotic mind holds the answers to the questions that have tormented her for years. But like a spider hunting its prey, he's waiting for the perfect moment to strike, when Eve least expects it and when she has the most to lose. So there you go. Look at that web. Ooh, it's so cool looking. Anyways, Halloween's coming. Ooh. Thank you so much for all the people who come and spend time with my channel. And I hope everybody has a blessed day. Leave me a message in the comment section. I love to hear from everybody. So with that, whatever time zone you're in, I hope you have a great one. And I'll see you soon. Bye.